This is the men's rundown for both rounds 7 and 8. As always, I'm joined by Ace. How you doing, mate?
Very good to be back. Obviously, yourself and myself, we're now in injury mode, so we've soldiered on. I know there's been a bit of a break, but we're forward to get back to it and knocking this on the head.
It'll be great to be back in amongst it. It was a fantastic day out there for round 7, mate. Take me through that lineup, please.
It was the Ace Man's return. He'd been off with the injury for the ankle, but he came back out and he had a great game. Look, we played Malvern on the weekend. And look, they probably weren't at our level, and we were able to really put them to the sword. And this was probably one of those really complete games. Everyone pitched really well. Lukey Martin pitched really well. We really did a lot of damage with the bats as well. They had a couple of young blokes out there who were giving it their best. And, we always support the young guys getting up there and having a crack. And we played really well. We played our brand of baseball, and they all really appreciated it, even though the final score was pretty dominant in our way. The final score being 14-1, but it was just a really complete effort by the Chelsea Baseball Club, and everyone played their absolute hearts out.
They really did, mate. Let's take us through it. Start with the pitching and fielding in general. How was it on the day?
There'll be a few people that might sort of say that other than my error on the double play from Roscoe, we were pretty well perfect, which ended up scoring a run. Roscoe picked up a ground ball, flipped it over to me. We got the runner at second and turned around and missed through Nico by about 13 feet above his head, and that unfortunately got their one run through. Other than that, it was pretty well error-free for a day. Everyone had a bit of a laugh when we had loaded bases, and Humbles ran on a dropped third strike. Now, just for everyone, when the bases are loaded and it's a dropped third strike, you actually are an automatic out. But I was on third base at the time, and when Humbles took off, I thought that meant I had to take off. And I remember looking across, I think Jimbo was at first, and he took off, and I'm like, oh, what a predicament this is. He's actually got the ball and I've got to run into him. So this is great. Found out after the game that that was actually a bit of a dumb move, an error move, and I didn't have to actually go anywhere. But look, other than that, other than those two sort of minor hiccups, we were pretty solid. I don't think there was too many mistakes. Roscoe and myself rolled a double, a couple of good fly ball catches, and we were pretty solid throughout the day.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game to watch, mate. I was jealous on the sidelines and I wasn't in amongst it, but everyone played really well. Yourself, mate, that fly ball, that was a thing of beauty to watch you catch that. That was great. And just generally good plays all round. How about the batting, mate?
Mate, it was an absolute solid day. We had 14 hits on the day. Myself, I batted 1,000%. Brooksy batted
Woo!
1,000%. Even our man Roscoe Beverley, he batted 1,000, and Nico batted 1,000, and it was just pretty solid all around. Big shout out to Gav to coming down, pitching that second dig for us. He was very amicable. Didn't do as much damage with the bat, but we know he's a pitcher by heart. So look, it was a great day. A lot of runs scored. Brooksy had 5 RBIs on the day. If you're getting 5 RBIs, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But in total, Nico, Ross Beverley got across the plate 4 times. Brooksy, myself, we got it in the doubles, and Jimbo and Daz got across once. It was just a really great day, and we played really well. And like I said, Malvern are a young side, and they had a lot of young kids out there, and they were developing them obviously, and we get around that. And
Yeah.
it's important to show a lot of support, and I believe that's what we do, and that's our style of baseball. We get around other clubs, and we
Yeah.
try and make the game enjoyable for everyone, and that way, it just stops any bad feelings and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I think I,
absolutely.
I think a lot of the other teams that we've played, the feedback seems to be they love playing us, and we play baseball the right way. So in the end, great day, great to get a win, and great to get a win for my return game.
It was a fantastic show you guys put on. I know you said it already, mate, but one more time, that final score.
14-1.
What an outing. Absolutely fantastic effort. Tip of the cap to everyone who played on the day. It was a fantastic game. Ace, I've got to ask the question, mate. Whom are we nominating for the Golden Flipper for round 7?
So the first nomination, obviously, man goes without saying, and he just gets up there every week, and even when his head's down in the dumps a little bit, he comes out and he can fucking play baseball. That's one thing Brooksy can do, and he had a cracking shot, a 1 RBI double, which I think brought me home at the time. Him batting in the 5th slot, me batting in the 4th slot. And he just absolutely got on top of this thing and just creamed it over to left field. He's a league above us, and I'm just lucky enough that I can call him a mate and I can make him stay with us. So like,
Great
you're a
work,
great
Ace. Great work. It's
you're a great
awesome to play with
you're
Brooksy.
you're a great baseballer, Brooksy, and the energy that you bring and that big smile on your face.
Yep.
You pretty well every week you're going to get a nomination because you always do something amazing. So
He's
it's just
absolutely a pleasure to play with. The only caveat I'd put on that is if in case Jimbo has another lineup week and scores all 3 noms.
yeah. Brooksy very nearly could get 3 noms every week too.
Good on you, Brooksy. All right, Ace. Who's second nominee this week for the Golden Flipper?
So number 2, my man Roscoe playing it short, myself at second. A ground ball gets hit over to him. He manages to pick it up and just gives it a little flick over to old Ace Man in his return game. I take it straight on the chest and I turn around and I threw an absolute laser over to Nico at first. So I nominated myself and Roscoe on this one because double plays are pretty hard to come by, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of nuance and knowing, who you're playing with and trusting your teammates. And look,
Yeah.
to be fair, the double play opportunity that we had before this one, I threw it over Nico's head, but I didn't make the mistake twice, and we were able to get it. And double plays are a pretty rare thing in our league, so when you get one, it's pretty exciting.
It is exciting, mate. It's probably why a dolphin has 2 flippers, and this golden flipper does earn itself 2 noms for that. All right, mate. Who's number 3 this week?
And again, probably going to cop a bit of flack because I'm giving myself the second nomination. It was a running back fly ball catch out at second, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
really tracked this thing down, and I was following it, and then the last second when it was sort of in the glove range, I stick my arm over full reach, and as everybody knows, I don't have the best vertical leap on me, and managed to just put up a prayer, and the ball landed in the glove, and I took the catch and felt really good. Just felt great, obviously 4 weeks off with the ankle injury, just to get back out there and to be able to make an impact on the game felt amazing, and so I gave myself the nomination for that reason.
It was a hell of an effort, mate. Great 3 nominations, all deserving of the win. But for me, mine goes to nominee 2 for the double play yourself, Roscoe and Nico on first. That was absolutely, for me, the icing on the cake of the day, sir. How did the poll shape up, and where's your vote?
Well, look, the rule of thumb on this one is that we can't vote for ourselves, but
I noticed that's why you added in, of course, Roscoe as the second nominee for Nom 2, surely.
yes, but I left it with my man Brooksy because I just didn't, if you're setting the rules, you can't bend them. So
Fair
I
enough,
left it.
mate.
I left it with the Brooksy's double play, but the double play. Sorry, Brooksy's double, but the double play was pretty special.
Yes, that it
So
was. How did the poll go?
3 for Brooksy, 3 for the dynamic duo, Roscoe and Ace plus yourself. So that's 4, and 1 for my prayer fly ball catch.
Nice work. That is an excellent wrap up. So, do we have a clear winner from this week's Golden, or was it a tie there in the end, the last 2?
No, with your vote, you tipped over the dynamic duo, Roscoe, Ace,
Boom.
rolling the double.
Nice. Nominee 2, a winner is you this week. And that concludes rounds 7. So, Ace, I propose we move on in to round number 8. Who will be playing this past weekend?
So this was Raven Panthers, and as everyone sort of remembers, it was a pretty close game. I think it was 6-7, and we came back in the last dig, and then Roscoe, where he's earned the name, the closer, closed them out, and we managed to get the win. This time around, it wasn't so much. We had that fairy tale ending. It was all happening. I think the score was 4-3 for most of the game.
Yep.
Very tight, not a lot happening. They had some quality pitchers, quality young kids who obviously can play a bit of baseball. And we sort of snatched the lead back. I think we got out to 6-4, and it was looking pretty confident. And then in our final dig, just a couple of errors, a couple of walks, a couple of really nice hits by them. They get 7 runs across. We came back out very amicable. We got 3 more runs across, but we weren't able to knock them on the head this time. Unfortunately, players like myself not having the best day in the batter's box, going 0 for 3, and it's not something that I sort of happens too often to me. But and we only amassed the three hits for the day, so
that is unfortunate. Let me just cut in briefly, mate. Take us through the lineup we had for the day.
Yeah, so pretty much what we're trying to roll with at the moment is kind of leading us off. Nico coming in at that 2 spot, he's been pretty solid. Roscoe in that 3 spot, and he's been pretty solid there as well. My return, I'm sort of that 4 guy with Brooksy, Matty D, Daz, Jimbo, Trav. Tom the Weatherman, Lukey Martin, and Humble. So yeah, look, it's a pretty standard lineup that we're trying to roll with at the moment. And look, when it definitely works, it works. And this was definitely a game that the game was in our grasp. It's like we had it there.
It was, mate.
Few,
Take me through the fielding while we're talking about it.
yeah, just a few sort of minor hiccups. There was a fly ball that was hit out probably dead center of me and Daz, and I was tracking it, and I'd called it, and Daz sort of thought he wasn't going to get to it, and then it sort of there was a very windy day, so the ball was sort of getting caught up high, and Daz sort of then decided that maybe he was going to go for it. And as I was going for it, I could hear the footsteps and the ghost was coming. And I was like, oh, that's not a collision that I want to be in. So,
Yeah, not recently off the injury.
yeah, not off the injury. So, I was, little things like that. There was another error that I caused. A hard ball hit over to me, running across to my right, picked it up at second, but just couldn't seem to track the ball back in time. Look, they were hitting pretty well. Like Tommy took 3 amazing fly balls, and we'll talk a little bit
Yeah.
about that. And then there was another one that was hit out to him, and he just couldn't get to it.
Yep.
And that was causing runs. There was a ball hit out to Jimbo, and he fielded it, and there was a lot of chatter out in the field, and sort of he froze for that half a second, and that caused an extra run to get across. So, it was just it was a bit of a tough day, a couple of weird sort of things happening, and the game was there for us to take, and unfortunately we just couldn't take it.
We couldn't, but there were some fantastic plays you can see in the field on screen right now. But speaking of on screen right now, the batting ace. Talk me through it. How did we go round 8 batting?
Look, other than Brooksy, I don't really know that we got too much to talk about. The man had 2 at bats, technically 1 hit, 1 error, but got across the plate 3 times. We really wanted to get this win for Dazzler. Happy birthday, Daz!
Happy
On the
birthday, Daz.
weekend, he managed to get a birthday hit for himself. But yeah, there wasn't really much else to talk about. Matty D. No, sorry, Matty D wasn't. It was Roscoe Beverly. So it was just Roscoe, Brooksy, and Daz with the 3 hits for the day, and that's just not enough. Look, we were getting walked a bit, but unfortunately, we were just hitting into fielders. And my first at bat, I hit this thing, and I thought that's gone. And I watched it track up into the air, and it hit that bit of a wind cloud and
Yep.
just stopped,
Yep.
and just fell straight into the centre fielder's lap. So it was just one of those sorts of days, and look, we'll bounce back from this.
That we will. What was the final score for round 8, mate?
11-8 on that one, and look, yeah, like I said, we'll come back from this.
We will. Moorabbin, as you said, mate, top hitting side, and we know we have to work on our hitting, but I've got to get through an injury first. But we can't go any further without asking, who are the Golden Flipper nominees for round 8, mate?
We'll start off with my man, the Bareback Bandit, and and to read it from the nominations itself, the Bareback Bandit peeled the skin back this weekend and was a brick wall at third, while also squirting darts over to first, because he was just an absolute jet. Anything that came anywhere near him was going straight in the glove, and that arm of his, he was having some issues with it, but it didn't look like that on the weekend because he was throwing absolute darts.
He was. He played a fantastic game, an excellent nominee. Nominee 2 this week?
Tom, aka the weatherman, it was raining out there. He predicted rain, but no, not for him. He was raining fly balls for him, and he was gobbling them up in pails, because the man, anything that was fucking sat there for a little bit, he just absolutely ate it up, and took 3 amazing fly ball catches, which really kept us in the game.
Yeah, great work, Tom. It was a fantastic work in the field by you. Whom is nominee 3 this week, please, Ace?
Matty Dighton, Dr. MD, it was an absolute brick wall behind the plate on the weekend, and just didn't really let much go past. And in a windy day, when some pitches can go astray, he was just all over everything, jumping up and down. You could have told me he was 21 years old, and I would have believed you. And look, probably the biggest thing that he gets the nomination for this weekend was the throw out to second, and I managed to get the tag. And look, in our league, you don't see a lot of it, and to get one of those, a tag out guys trying to steal second, that's just an absolute great effort.
It was a fantastic effort from Matty D all game. Like, he gave it 100% all the way through to the finish, which was just my hats off to him. And as a result, he does get my vote for the 3rd nominee this week for the Golden Flipper. Matty D, my vote goes your way. Ace, where are you sitting, and how did the poll look?
I had to give it to the Bareback Bandit, my man, because sometimes there's some things that he does out there with the ball and the way he fields things and the way he moves that I'm in absolute awe of.
Yes.
And he was just one of those days. And being a person who's played third base, I know it can be quite a tricky spot to play. and he just makes it look absolutely effortless. And
He does indeed.
I thought it was really one of those standout games from him. And we tried to do the golden flipper as a play basis, but honestly I think he had 3 or 4 plays and I couldn't pick
Yeah.
it. So I just said it's a package.
Fair
But
enough.
with that being said, there was 4 votes for the bareback. There was 4 votes for the Dr. MD Matty Dighton, and 3 votes for the weatherman Tom Sweetcheeks.
Great work, everyone. So a tie for round 8. That is excellent. We are headlong into the season. We're climbing up on the halfway mark, are we not, Ace?
I think we've got 2 more games before the Christmas break. So, yeah, we're right there.
All right, everyone. Best feet forward or flippers forward on the weekend for your golden nominee chances to get in the running for, of course, the end of year Golden Flipper Award presentation, which everyone is looking forward to. A reminder, as always, everyone get down to training. It's very important that we obviously keep training, especially with those bats. We need to hit a few more runs. Ace, great work this evening, mate. Thank you for co-hosting with me as always.
Cheers, mate. Uru.
Take it easy, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Full links to the full games are available in the description of each and every video. Make sure you check them out and subscribe to the Chelsea Baseball YouTube channel while you're there. Thanks, guys. See you next time.